Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get stronger, sharper, and more energetic as they age, while others struggle with simple daily movements? What if I told you there is one simple test that reveals more about your biological age than the number on your birth certificate? My name is Dr. Clarence Martin, and for decades I've helped people understand the connection between movement, nutrition, longevity, and healthy aging. Today, we're going beyond myths and focusing on practical, science-backed habits that can help you maintain independence, strength, and vitality well into your later years. The goal isn't simply to live longer, it's to stay capable, confident, and healthy for as long as possible. Today, I'm going to show you something that may completely change the way you think about aging. Most people believe growing older automatically means becoming weaker, slower, and dependent. But that's not what I've seen in my years of studying health and longevity. In fact, I've met people in their 80s who move better than individuals decades younger. The difference isn't luck. It's not genetics alone. It's the daily habits that preserve strength, balance, mobility, and brain function. Before this video ends, you'll discover a powerful ability that 99% of people over 80 have lost. And if you can still do it, your body may be aging far slower than average. More importantly, I'll show you how to develop and protect this ability starting today, no matter your age. Because aging isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Have you ever stopped to think about what your body is really telling you about your age? Not the age printed on your driver's license, not the number of candles on your birthday cake. I'm talking about your biological age, the age your body behaves. Because here's something fascinating. Researchers have discovered that one simple ability can reveal an incredible amount about your overall health, longevity, and quality of life. That ability is balance. Now, I know balance doesn't sound exciting. It doesn't get the attention that weight loss, blood pressure, or cholesterol levels receive. But don't underestimate it. Your ability to stand steadily on one leg for a short period of time requires a remarkable coordination of systems throughout your body. Your muscles must be strong enough to support you. Your bones must provide stability. Your nervous system must communicate efficiently. Your brain must process information quickly. Even your vision and inner ear play critical roles. When you think about it, balance is not just one function. It's the combined performance of your entire body. That's why experts are paying closer attention to it than ever before. Studies have shown that poor balance is often linked to a higher risk of falls, injuries, loss of independence, and even certain health complications as people age. On the other hand, individuals who maintain good balance tend to preserve mobility, confidence, and physical function much longer. In many ways, balance serves as a window into your body's overall condition. So here's a simple challenge. If you're able, stand near a sturdy chair or counter for safety. Lift one foot off the ground and see how long you can comfortably maintain your balance. Don't worry about perfection. This isn't a competition, it's information, it's feedback. It's your body telling you where it stands today. Many people are surprised by the results. They assume they're healthy because they can walk, drive, or perform daily tasks. Yet when asked to balance on one leg, they struggle within seconds. That's not a reason to panic, it's a reason to pay attention. Because balance tends to decline gradually, most people don't notice the loss until it starts affecting everyday life. The encouraging news is that balance can often be improved. Your body is incredibly adaptable. When you challenge it appropriately, it responds. Muscles become stronger, nerves communicate more efficiently, coordination improves, confidence grows. The body begins to relearn skills that may have been neglected for years. What's remarkable is that improving balance doesn't require expensive equipment or hours in the gym. It can start with simple daily habits. Standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, practicing gentle balance exercises, walking regularly, strengthening the muscles of your legs and core. These small actions, repeated consistently, can produce meaningful results over time. The real lesson here isn't about passing a test. It's about understanding what the test represents. Good balance reflects resilience. It reflects strength. It reflects a body that is still communicating effectively from head to toe. And when you maintain that ability, you're protecting far more than your physical stability. You're protecting your freedom, your confidence, and your independence. Because the goal of healthy aging isn't merely to live longer. It's to continue doing the things you love, going where you want to go, and living life on your own terms. Sometimes one of the clearest signs that you're moving in the right direction is something as simple as standing strong on one leg. One of the biggest myths about aging is the belief that losing strength is simply part of getting older. People say things like, "Well, I'm not as strong as I used to be," as if weakness is an unavoidable destination waiting for everyone. But what if I told you that much of what we blame on aging is actually the result of inactivity? What if the problem isn't that we are getting older, but that we have stopped giving our bodies a reason to stay strong? Your muscles are designed to respond to demand. They don't care whether you're 25, 55, or 85. They operate according to a simple principle: use them, and they adapt. Ignore them, and they gradually decline. The body is incredibly efficient. If it senses that certain muscles are no longer needed, it begins conserving energy by reducing their size and strength. This process can happen so slowly that many people don't notice it until everyday activities become more difficult. Think about how many tasks depend on muscle strength: getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, lifting luggage, walking long distances, maintaining balance, protecting your joints. Even simple movements require strength. When muscle mass decreases, these everyday activities demand more effort. What once felt easy starts feeling challenging. The good news is that muscle loss is not entirely dictated by age. In fact, research continues to show that people can build strength well into their later years. I've seen individuals in their 70s and 80s make remarkable improvements simply by consistently challenging their muscles. They didn't become bodybuilders. They didn't spend hours in a gym. They simply gave their bodies a reason to grow stronger. What's fascinating is that strength affects much more than appearance. Many people associate muscle with looking fit, but its benefits go far deeper. Strong muscles help stabilize the body, reduce the risk of falls, support healthy posture, and protect the joints from unnecessary strain. Muscle tissue also plays an important role in metabolism, helping the body regulate blood sugar and maintain energy levels. In many ways, muscle is one of the body's greatest assets for healthy aging. Unfortunately, modern life often works against us. Technology has made many daily tasks easier. We sit more, we walk less, we rely on convenience. While these advancements have benefits, they also remove many of the physical challenges that once kept people naturally active. The body responds accordingly. If movement decreases, strength often follows. That's why intentional activity becomes so important. You don't have to lift massive weights to benefit. Simple resistance exercises, body weight movements, resistance bands, gardening, carrying groceries, or even standing up and sitting down repeatedly can help stimulate muscle growth. The key is consistency. Small efforts performed regularly often outperform occasional bursts of intense exercise. Another important factor is mindset. Too many people decide they are too old to become stronger. The moment someone accepts weakness as inevitable, they stop trying. But your body is listening to the messages you send it. When you continue moving, continue challenging yourself, and continue believing improvement is possible, you create an environment where growth can occur. I want you to remember something powerful. Strength is not just about muscles, it's about independence. Every pound of strength you maintain supports your ability to live life on your own terms. It helps you stay active with family, pursue your interests, and navigate daily life with confidence. The stronger you remain, the more options you preserve for your future. Age may influence how quickly your body responds, but it does not eliminate its ability to adapt. Your muscles are waiting for a signal. Give them a reason to stay, and they will reward you with greater stability, greater resilience, and greater freedom. That's why muscle loss should never be viewed as an unavoidable sentence. In many cases, it's a challenge that can be slowed, reduced, and sometimes even reversed through purposeful action. When most people think about exercise, they picture intense workouts, crowded gyms, heavy weights, or exhausting fitness routines. They imagine that staying healthy requires hours of dedication several times a week. As a result, many people become discouraged before they even begin. They tell themselves they don't have enough time, enough energy, or enough motivation. But here's what many people fail to realize. Your body doesn't only respond to exercise. It responds to movement. And sometimes the small movements you perform throughout the day can have an even greater impact on your long-term health than occasional bursts of intense activity. Think about how the human body was designed. For thousands of years, people moved constantly. They walked to gather food, worked with their hands, carried objects, climbed hills, and remained physically engaged throughout the day. Movement wasn't something they scheduled. It was simply part of life. Today, however, many of us spend hours sitting. We sit while commuting. We sit while working. We sit while watching television. We sit while scrolling through our phones. Without realizing it, entire days can pass with very little physical activity. The body notices this. Muscles become less active. Joints become stiffer. Circulation slows. Energy levels decline. Over time, the lack of movement can contribute to numerous health challenges. What's surprising is that even people who exercise for an hour a day can still experience some of these effects if they remain sedentary for the other 23 hours. That's why daily movement matters so much. Every step you take sends a message to your body. It tells your muscles they are needed. It encourages blood flow. It stimulates your cardiovascular system. It helps maintain flexibility and coordination. Movement acts like a natural maintenance program, keeping the body's systems functioning more efficiently. One of the simplest and most effective forms of movement is walking. Walking doesn't require special equipment, advanced skills, or expensive memberships, yet its benefits are remarkable. Regular walking can improve cardiovascular health, support healthy weight management, strengthen muscles, enhance mood, and help preserve mobility as you age. Beyond the physical benefits, many people find that walking clears their minds and reduces stress. But daily movement extends far beyond walking. It includes stretching when you wake up in the morning, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, standing while talking on the phone, working in the garden, playing with grandchildren, cleaning the house, parking a little farther away from your destination. These activities may seem small, but they add up significantly over time. The secret isn't intensity, it's consistency. Your body thrives when movement becomes a regular part of your daily routine. Imagine the difference between watering a plant once a month with a bucket of water versus giving it a little water every day. Which approach would help the plant thrive? Your body works in much the same way. Regular movement provides ongoing nourishment to your muscles, joints, heart, and brain. Another benefit of daily movement is that it helps preserve confidence. When people stop moving, they often become hesitant. They worry about losing balance, getting injured, or becoming fatigued. As a result, they move even less. This creates a cycle of decline. But when movement remains part of everyday life, confidence grows. The body feels capable, tasks feel manageable, independence is maintained. I often remind people that fitness is not reserved for athletes. It's not about achieving perfection, it's about remaining engaged with life. Every walk, every stretch, every extra step is an investment in your future self. These small choices may not seem dramatic in the moment, but over months and years they can create profound differences in how you feel, how you function, and how you age. The goal isn't to become exhausted. The goal is to become active. Because when movement becomes a daily habit rather than an occasional event, your body receives exactly what it was designed to do: move, adapt, and thrive. That's where true vitality begins, and that's why daily movement remains one of the most powerful tools for healthy aging. One of the most common misconceptions about aging is that mental decline is inevitable. People often assume that growing older automatically means becoming forgetful, slower, or less capable of learning new things. They begin to expect memory lapses, reduced focus, and declining mental sharpness as a normal part of life. While aging does bring changes to the brain, the truth is far more encouraging than many people realize. Your brain, much like your muscles, responds to how you use it. It thrives on challenge, stimulation, and engagement. When it is exercised regularly, it can remain remarkably adaptable and resilient for many years. Think about what happens when a skill goes unused. If you stop speaking a language you once knew, you begin to forget words. If you stop playing an instrument, your ability gradually fades. The brain operates in a similar way. It is constantly adapting to the demands placed upon it. When you stop challenging it, certain pathways become weaker. But when you continue learning, exploring, and engaging with the world, those pathways remain active and strong. Scientists often refer to this ability as neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to reorganize itself, form new connections, and adapt throughout life. For years, people believed that the brain stopped changing after a certain age. Today, we know that isn't true. The brain continues to create and strengthen neural connections well into later adulthood. The key is giving it a reason to do so. One of the most effective ways to keep the brain sharp is to remain curious. Curiosity is like fuel for the mind. When you learn a new skill, read a challenging book, explore a different subject, or engage in meaningful conversations, your brain is forced to process new information. It must adapt, analyze, and create connections. These mental workouts help maintain cognitive function and keep the mind engaged. Unfortunately, many people fall into routines that require very little mental effort. They watch the same programs, follow the same habits, and avoid unfamiliar challenges. While routines can provide comfort, too much mental repetition can lead to stagnation. The brain loves novelty. It benefits from being exposed to new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. Something as simple as taking a different route during a walk, learning to use new technology, or trying a new hobby can stimulate areas of the brain that might otherwise remain inactive. Social interaction is another powerful tool for maintaining brain health. Human conversations require memory, attention, emotional understanding, and quick thinking. When you engage with friends, family members, or community groups, your brain is actively processing information in real time. This is one reason why people who maintain strong social connections often experience better cognitive health as they age. Isolation, on the other hand, can deprive the brain of valuable stimulation. It's also important to recognize the relationship between physical activity and mental function. The brain relies on healthy blood flow to receive oxygen and nutrients. When you move your body regularly, you support the systems that nourish your brain. Many people notice that after a walk or a period of exercise, they feel more focused, more alert, and mentally refreshed. That's not a coincidence. The brain and body are deeply connected. Another mistake people make is assuming they are too old to learn something new. They tell themselves, "I've never done that before," or "I'm past the age of learning new skills." But age does not eliminate the brain's ability to grow. In fact, learning something unfamiliar may be one of the best things you can do for cognitive health. Whether it's a language, a musical instrument, a craft, or a new technology, every challenge encourages the brain to build new pathways. What matters most is not perfection but participation. You don't have to become an expert, you simply need to remain engaged. Every time you read, think, learn, discuss, solve problems, or explore something unfamiliar, you are sending your brain a powerful message: stay active, stay adaptable, stay strong. The mind was never designed to sit idle. It was built to question, discover, create, and grow. When you continue giving it opportunities to do those things, you help preserve one of your most valuable assets: your ability to think clearly, make decisions confidently, and fully engage with the world around you. That's why mental sharpness isn't simply a matter of age. More often than not, it's a reflection of how consistently we challenge and nourish the incredible organ that makes us who we are. Every day, you make choices that influence how your body ages. Some of those choices seem small and insignificant in the moment. A snack grabbed in a hurry, a skipped meal, an extra serving of processed food, or the decision to drink water instead of a sugary beverage. Yet when repeated day after day, year after year, these choices become powerful forces that shape your health. The reality is that food is far more than fuel. It is information for your body. Every bite you take sends signals that can either support vitality and longevity or contribute to decline and disease. Many people think of nutrition only in terms of weight. They focus on calories, pounds, and the number they see on a scale. But healthy aging goes much deeper than body weight. The food you consume affects nearly every system in your body. It influences your energy levels, muscle maintenance, immune function, brain health, bone strength, and even the way your cells repair themselves. In many ways, nutrition acts as one of the most powerful tools available for determining how well you age. As we grow older, the body becomes less forgiving of poor nutritional habits. Recovery slows, muscle mass becomes harder to maintain, inflammation can increase, nutrient absorption may become less efficient. This means that the quality of what you eat becomes even more important with age. A diet built around nutrient-rich foods provides the body with the building blocks it needs to continue functioning effectively. Think about your muscles for a moment. We often talk about exercise as the key to maintaining strength, but muscles require proper nutrition to support that strength. Without adequate protein and essential nutrients, the body struggles to repair and preserve muscle tissue. This is one reason why nutrition and physical activity work hand in hand. One supports the other. Together, they create a stronger foundation for healthy aging. Nutrition also plays a major role in managing inflammation. While inflammation is a natural process within the body, chronic inflammation has been linked to many age-related health concerns. Highly processed foods, excessive sugar, and poor dietary habits can contribute to this problem over time. On the other hand, foods rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and healthy fats can help support the body's natural balance. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and quality protein sources provide nutrients that help protect cells from unnecessary damage. Another important factor is energy. Have you ever noticed how different foods make you feel? Some meals leave you energized and satisfied, while others leave you sluggish and tired. That's because food directly affects the body's ability to produce and sustain energy. Choosing nutrient-dense foods helps stabilize energy levels throughout the day, making it easier to stay active, focused, and engaged in life. The brain also depends heavily on nutrition. Although it represents only a small percentage of total body weight, it requires a tremendous amount of energy and nutrients to function properly. The foods you consume can influence memory, concentration, mood, and cognitive performance. A well-nourished brain is better equipped to maintain clarity and resilience as the years pass. Hydration deserves attention as well. Many people underestimate the importance of water, particularly as they age. Even mild dehydration can affect physical performance, concentration, and overall well-being. Water supports countless functions within the body, from circulation to temperature regulation. Sometimes the simplest health habits can produce the most meaningful benefits. One of the challenges in modern society is the abundance of convenience foods. They are heavily marketed, readily available, and often designed to be highly appealing. Yet convenience does not always equal nourishment. The body doesn't judge food based on packaging or advertising. It responds to nutrients. It responds to quality. Over time, your body reflects the choices you make consistently. The encouraging news is that improving nutrition doesn't require perfection. It doesn't mean every meal must be flawless. Healthy aging is not built on occasional perfect choices, but on consistent better choices. Small improvements, repeated over time, can produce remarkable results. Adding more vegetables to meals, choosing whole foods more often, increasing protein intake, reducing excessive sugar, and staying hydrated may seem simple, but these habits can significantly influence long-term health. When you view food as an investment rather than merely a source of pleasure or convenience, your perspective changes. Every healthy meal becomes an opportunity to support your muscles, protect your brain, strengthen your immune system, and provide your cells with the resources they need to thrive. The goal isn't just to live longer. It's to create a body that remains energetic, capable, and resilient throughout the years. And few factors have a greater influence on that journey than the food you place on your plate every single day. So as we come to the end of this message, I want you to remember one simple truth. Aging is not just about the passing of time. It's about the choices you make with the time you have. Every step you take, every healthy meal you eat, every challenge you give your mind, and every effort you make to stay strong is an investment in your future. *Blee. The goal isn't to be younger than you are. The goal is to become the healthiest, strongest, and most capable version of yourself at every age. Don't allow a number to define your potential. Your body is constantly responding to the habits you practice, and it's never too late to begin making changes that can improve your quality of life. Please, if you can still perform the abilities we've discussed today, celebrate them, but don't stop there. Protect them, strengthen them. And if you've noticed areas where you've declined, don't be discouraged. Every journey toward better health begins with awareness and action. Small improvements made consistently can lead to extraordinary results over time. Years from now, your future self will thank you for the decisions you make today. Not because you lived longer, but because you lived better. Because you remained active when others became inactive. Because you stayed curious when others stopped learning. Because you chose strength over surrender and progress over excuses. Remember, the greatest achievement isn't reaching old age, it's reaching old age with your energy, your mobility, your confidence, and your independence still intact. That's what aging in reverse truly means. Take care of your body today, and it will take care of you tomorrow. Until next time, stay active, stay strong, and keep proving that age is just a number, not a limitation.